Good morning. It's Thursday, March 6th, going on 9:15 a.m. Sorry I missed yesterday. Just kind of had a rough time recovering from driving 4 hours and standing 3 hours on Tuesday. So I just took yesterday totally off. Just laid around watching TV. So, okay. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you what the update is. So I saw the doctor on Tuesday. I'm released from wearing the back brace. I can move any way I want as long as I go slowly. And I'm supposed to start exercising, all like twisting and bending and all that kind of stuff to increase my range of motion. So that is wonderful. Especially wonderful this morning. When I got up, I looked for my glasses on the bedside table. I mean, I need something to read, but I can see if there are glasses here without my glasses on, thank heavens. They're not there. So I thought, oh my gosh, did I knock them off the bedside table in the night? So I did something I haven't done in a good long time. I got flat down on the floor so I could look underneath that bedside table and just feel all around under there. They weren't under there. I had fallen asleep in the living room last night, left them on the table next to my chair, as it turns out. But anyway, yeah, I was able to do that and, get up and down and everything. Which is something that would have been extremely difficult before I had the surgery. So the only thing, the added exercise is they want me to walk, to build up my walking. And I can't lift over 15 pounds. So that's really wonderful. So now I can bend down nice and slow and get my coffee spices out, my coffee spice basket. These are spices that I use to flavor coffees or to enhance their flavor. And I thought this morning, let's revisit cardamom. Okay, cardamom, I believe, comes from India. And how do they describe it here? Okay. It's used in all different kinds of food. It's considered an exotic flavor. It's used in cuisines from India to Scandinavia. It complements sweet cookies, breads, and pastries, as well as savory meat stews and curries. And it's funny, they don't mention coffee. But I tell you what, it's really good in coffee. So it's an unusual flavor. I mean, unless you grew up with it, right? Oh, let me get the machine heating up here. So I thought, let me get what is this? This is, that's Istanbul. No, not Istanbul, not pumpkin, not arpeggio. You know what? Let me get my little capsule cow here. What is this? I want to get something that's just a sort of, middle of the road, mellow flavor. This is Cape Town. Oh wait, I have an idea. Okay, Buenos Aires, no. I'm looking for, Stockholm. Okay, Stockholm, that's Scandinavian, all right? So this is Stockholm Lungo, and I have got this filled up with heated almond milk. Oh, good morning, Carrie, and anyone else who's watching. Thanks for joining me. You know what, let me give the rainbows a waggle here, because it is rainbow time, a time that makes me very happy. I'm a morning person anyway, but I love the rainbows. So, 30 calorie per cup almond milk, hot, or pretty warm. Okay, and I'm going, you know what? Before I put in the coffee, I'm going to give a shake of cardamom. Just one shake. Here, I'll show you how much here. Alrighty. Okay? So, to me, cardamom has a flavor that's almost like something that I remember from my past as a child when I would get those candy apples that were covered in red, hard candy. And I'm thinking, could it have been cinnamon? I mean, I doubt it was cardamom because back then, even pizza was considered a kind of a strange and different thing in a lot of neighborhoods in New York because, it was like a foreign food. And a lot of the parents who were immigrants from places other than Italy had never eaten pizza. I won't tell you what my mother called it because it was... All right, I'm going to tell you, okay? Just for a sort of historical little tidbit here. Ugh, I hate even thinking. She said there used to be a truck that would drive around the neighborhood selling pizza. And there was one pizza place in the neighborhood. This is in the Bronx in the 1950s. Okay, you may have to, wash your mind out after this. She called it bloody vomit on cardboard. I'm sorry if that, totally offends someone. When I think of it, it's like, oh. But anyway, when I finally did get to taste it, I just thought, boy, is she ever missing out. Anyhow, how did I bring that up? Yes. So I'm thinking that they did not use cardamom when they made candy apples when I was growing up because that was just too exotic a spice. I mean, I never even heard of it, actually, until I saw the movie Outsourced, maybe, I don't know what, 10 years ago or more, about a guy that he works for a company that outsources a bunch of jobs to India. It's a sweet, romantic, and pretty funny movie. And one of the characters in it grew up living next to a cardamom factory. So everything in their house always smelled like cardamom. And he says to her, what is that aroma, that fragrance? And she tells him about the cardamom. So I thought, hey, let me try it. I've never smelled it that I was aware of. So anyway, when I did finally get a jar of it, it's kind of expensive, and finally took a sniff, I thought, let me try this in coffee. And it did remind me of the candy apples of my childhood. Anyway, it gives this little, it's a little zing that I can't describe it to you, except if you were a kid in the 1950s and got candy apples, the apples on a stick that were covered with this red hard stuff, it just reminds me of that. It takes me right back to that. It's really delicious. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I bet in some stores and maybe in bigger cities, they sell those little short containers of cardamom, which would be cheaper than, I can't remember exactly. I don't know. Was this $10 or something like that? I mean, this is one of those, Spice Island spices. Anyhow, if you're adventurous, and obviously if you cook a variety of foods, because it's not like, what do they call it? A one pony, one horse. Oh my goodness, I can't remember it. Where there's only one attraction in a show. My mind's a little bit foggy still from the surgery. One trick pony. This is not a one trick pony. Okay, it eventually rolled in from the back of my mind. You can use it, like I read, in all kinds of desserts and breads and cookies and stews and sauces and coffee. Oh, and it just gives this wonderful little zing. And the thing that I like about it especially is some coffees, when you add something to them, after the first sip, you get, that new flavor. And then you sort of get accustomed to it. And it's almost like it's not there. Oh, but the zing stays there. Oh my goodness, because it does something to your tongue. It's really, really yum. So I encourage you to try cardamom. It's a cool name. Cardamom. Okay. Yay, Mom. Cardamom. Okay. Well, I'm going to get going this morning. Oh, this morning Home Health is bringing me an electronic bone stimulator to wear. When I had neck surgery, I wore one of those. It's like, I'm assuming it's the same, like two patches like they use, you know, if you're having an electrocardiogram or something, and they stick on you and they're attached to wires and a little box that sends little electrical stimulation, and you can't even feel it. Or it might feel like a little bzz, sort of a buzz, and it somehow stimulates the bone to grow more. So, sounds good to me, right? Okay, so I'll tell you about it next time we talk. I hope you have a wonderful day. Try something new today. Be adventurous, but maybe not too adventurous, okay? You know, keep it within limits, all right? You don't want to break something or anyhow. Yeah, I was never one for something like bungee jumping. I don't even like amusement park rides, but that's because I get dizzy easily. So anyhow, maybe something below the level of amusement park or bungee jumping. That sounds good. Okay, well, I'm going on and on here. I need to get off of here and let us all go about our day.